Wait, I thought of two more things to be hopeful about. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
One is, if I said millennials, you know what I mean by that?
Children born after the millennium.
Yeah, it's basically the current crop of people 35 and younger.
Okay.
And they have a pretty different value set than the generation that came before them. They're spending less and saving more. Well, I don't want to say saving more, but they're living more modest lifestyles. They're spending less on big ticket items like houses and cars. You know, like think of hipsters going to buy skinny jeans from the, what do you call it, Salvation Army and stuff, right? Like this generation that's coming up is using less and has like a more economically sustainable idea about how they should be purchasing stuff. Also, they have less purchasing power because, incomes are stagnant and they live with their moms. But, so,
Less money to spend on rent.
the generation coming up is slowly internalizing, and the generation after them will internalize it even more, the kind of loose ideas that consumer culture is bad and that we need to conserve, live better, and live whatever. So that's step one, is I hope in the young. And step two, the one I'm still sort of figuring out, but I'll write about sometime in the future, is the internet.
You're rewarding him.
Yeah, that's a good.
Attention.
It is.
Cool line of
You can't hide from facts on the internet as much as we try, and you can't.
What does that mean?
It means
You can't hide from facts on the internet?
Nope.
I don't know what that statement means.
Clock.
so.
Come on.
I'm still a little ahead of you technologically. I get the feeling. No, that wasn't meant as an insult.
I had a webpage. Get out of my house.
That wasn't meant there. What I mean to say is there are like news aggregation and community sites on the internet now that form, in the words of some philosophers and great minds, like a global brain. Everybody.
You looked at me when you said great minds.
Great minds.
Burn the world!
There's 1 billion people on the internet right now. There's 1 billion people on the internet, and we're rapidly on our way to filling in the other 6 billion on the planet. And once you get all those people connected, and once you get them all more or less consuming the same diet of facts and information, good things happen. Like I said, I haven't fully fleshed out this theory, but my example in kind is Reddit. Do you know what Reddit is?
You know what Reddit is? It's a thing. What is it?
It's basically a news aggregation site where people submit stories, and then what happens is the community votes stories up or down depending on whether they're useful or not.
But that can
I know,
be
it sounds
messy.
sticky. It sounds sticky.
Right.
But it turns out to work really, really great. It's not, you don't vote about whether you like things or not. You vote about whether it's a useful contribution to the conversation or useful to that particular topic. So other viewpoints are allowed, it's not, but it turns out it's a great sorting mechanism to let millions and millions of minds operate on data and sort of figure out what's useful and what's not. It's kind of like Wikipedia in that way, where you crowdsource it, and like rocks in a tumbler, it polishes them into being their most perfect form. And so that's what the internet does. It basically brings together 1 billion or 7 billion minds, and it helps us find the best ideas and solutions for things collectively. So I haven't really figured out how it plays in, but I'm starting to read the Al Gore book, and he's talking a lot about this. And it's in there
You should just ask, how do we fix global warming into Yahoo Answers?
And then I
I've
can
gotten
fix it.
sucked into the deep dark hole of reading the comments after an article about anything.
That's the worst thing.
And then your
that doesn't
your belief in how society I don't know,
that is not a
filters
good representative of the internet.
input
It's not a good
facts or
example of how the
You should
internet
try,
brain-
if you're
Yeah.
sick to death of comment sections on CNN stories and stuff, go to Reddit. It's a completely different experience.
Well, certain pockets of it are terrible.
Yeah.
Why do you say that?
Because they have, all those, there's always going to be some areas that are full of wasn't there a whole
I want an
Reddit thing,
example.
wasn't there a whole upskirt photo guy and a whole community around
you
taking
still get-
illegal photos of women and surreptitious photos of,
Oh, there's.
Wait,
it's still,
there's
it's still
this.
humanity on the internet. Don't get me wrong.
well right, but what
People
you're saying
But
is
people,
that
but people that
humanity
do
is,
that get downvoted and don't get seen because it offends the majority of us and it goes away.